If you're not vulnerable already, it's time for you to be vulnerable. It's time for you to step outside of your box and do something different. Let your hair down and, go crazy, scream, do something different. This is your time. This is the year of 2018. It's time to be different. It's time for you to step outside the box and do what you're supposed to do your purpose, and allow God to create that and allow that to manifest in your life so that He can bring you out a new and better person. I had to take time off because I had family matters going on, and after that I was going to come right back into the swing of things and start making videos back to back to back, but I wasn't ready yet. And it was very hard for me to get back on the horse and start riding and start doing what I was actually supposed to do and what God has really called me to do. And I said, you know what, enough is enough. I have to actually stop hiding, stop feeling sorry for myself, and go ahead and get started, because there's nothing like the present. And if I don't get started, then that person that is waiting to hear something and listen to what I have to say, so that it can help them for that specific day, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'm coming to you right now because a lot of times we feel like we're not being heard, especially when we're just starting out, or we have been doing this thing for a while now and we're at a certain point in our lives, but it's not really where we want to be. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay. That's life. At the end of the day, what you're doing is definitely being acknowledged by who? By God. That's who is being acknowledged by. That's who is listening and paying attention to what you're actually doing, because He has put you in this position for a reason. You're not going as fast as you want to go because He's not allowing you to go that fast. He's actually wanting you to be in a position that you are in right now, to continue to stay humble and stay prepared for what He has in store for your life. Because what He has prepared for you is just around the corner, but He's not going to allow that to happen. He's not going to release that for you to receive that at that particular time, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do for Him. You're not being humble. You're not practicing. You're not being prepared. You're not preparing yourself, and you're not using the resources that He has given you at that particular time in order to make things happen. But I had to learn it, and I had to dig deep and let go of my pride and let go of that ego and say, you know what? I am going to do what the Lord told me to do. Listen to what He has for my life, because He knows what's best for me. And what He has prepared for my life, I will receive in the time that He wants me to receive. What you put out there for people to listen to, someone is grabbing hold of that. Someone is actually waiting for that to happen, waiting for you to say something, because they need that strength or that encouragement for that day to get through the day. And they're looking for you. They may not say it right away for you to actually, they may not DM you or email you or something of that nature for you to actually hear and listen to their issues that they're going through, but they want you to still continue on with your messages that you're putting out there, because it's making a difference in their life. David was out attending the sheep, and no one recognized him. The only person that recognized him was who? Was God. That's the only person that recognized him. His father, his brothers didn't recognize him. He was out in the field attending the sheep. They thought that that's the only thing that he was supposed to ever do in his life. But God had prepared something for him. And that no one else knew. And one day God decided to talk to David and tell him that, this is your purpose. This is what I want you to do in your life. You're going to become king. I want you to become king, but I don't want you to do it right now. This, what you're supposed to do is continue to stay humble and continue to attend the sheep. That's what I want you to do right now. But know that you're supposed to become king. And it's like, really? I'm supposed to become king? I'm supposed to, have all of these businesses. I'm supposed to reign over everyone. But this is what you want me to do. Okay. So, with David, that's what he did. He continued to do what the Lord told him to do. He continued to attend the sheep until one day the king's men, some of his men actually came to where David was and told him that I want you to stop doing this, and I actually want you to come to the palace, and I want you to start working for the king. It came the time where, the king's soldiers were going against the Philistines. And the big number that the Philistines had, was this giant named Goliath. And once Goliath came out there, no one wanted to fight him. None of the king's soldiers wanted to fight him because they said, this is no way that this is going to happen. No way that we're going to be able to defeat this person. Do you see how tall he is? But David was like, do you see how big my God is? Like, I'm able to go ahead and do this. Do you know what the Lord had prepared for me, has been preparing for me? Every step of the way before I even got to this point in my life, he has actually been preparing me for this moment. He has been talking to me. We have had conversations while I was attending sheep. He has been keeping me humble, preparing me, having me practice with bears and lions, for this moment, to get me ready for this moment, to take on this moment. And this is my opportunity. God has prepared me for this opportunity, and I'm not backing down. You guys can go, your separate way because you're not ready, but I'm ready. We feel as though we're ready right away. God has told us that this is your purpose, and I want you to be able to fulfill it. I want you to be able to serve your people. I want you to be able to do this, that, and the other. But I want you to be able to stay at this particular moment in your life. And I'm supposed to just go ahead and go out there on stage and just start talking to people when I don't even know how to talk to people. I am a complete introvert. I don't know how to talk to people. But he said that I want to prepare you, and I want you to practice by actually talking to this camera and then putting it out there on social media. That's how I want you to start. So I challenge you to become vulnerable. I challenge you to practice. I challenge you to stay humble. I challenge you to prepare yourself for what God has intended for you to do, for the life that he wants you to live out. He's going to put you in that position, but he's not going to put you there right away because you're not ready. He is getting you ready. But if you keep tugging with him and going back and forth, then you're going to stay stuck in that same position until he says, okay, you're ready. So remember that, take heed of that, and I will talk to you guys later.